I'm going to follow you.
You really think so? Trump.
See where it's going. That's a strong.
Commander in hate.
You mean to say Trump 2020? Woohoo! Is that what you're saying?
Not a chance. Good job.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what you meant to say.
Good job. Thank you. That's okay. That's okay.
So we should be split. That's what's wrong here.
You're not worried where we're headed?
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But this round, we should all be united.
It's all connected.
The leftists cannot help themselves.
Against anti-Semitism.
You're right.
There
Can
we
you
go.
say it louder?
The leftists cannot help themselves. Is it loud enough? I know, they're sick. What can I say?
Why do you have to bring it here? That's all. Be entitled to your opinion. Why bring it?
They can't see. They cannot help it. They just can't help it. Their mind is completely blinded. They have no rational thought. The key word being rational thought. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's a disease. I mean, it actually has been determined that leftism is a mental disease. So you either have to be a mental institution or just walk around with, spewing this leftist hatred. Nothing you can do about it.
It's supposed to be a rally of unity. So why bring the politics into it?
Well, remember this story about kind of a joke about the American president, the Israeli prime minister. Israeli prime minister is saying how American president is saying how difficult it is to be the president of 330 now. You remember the story?
No, but I know where you're going. And the Israeli prime ministers try what I have to deal with, probably.
No, the Israeli prime minister says, well, I tried to be the prime minister of 6 million back then. Prime ministers, 9 million today, prime ministers.
Yeah.
So they think they have their own opinion. It's all irrational.
Okay,
I mean, most of it is irrational.
But it doesn't matter. I respect everybody's opinion. But this is supposed to be a rally of unity.
Supposed to be.
So why bring this?
It doesn't work. They cannot help themselves. 75% of our fellow Jews are unrepentant leftists. There's nothing you can do about it.
I don't
Nothing.
want to do anything about it. I just don't want them to bring division into a rally that's supposed
Well,
to be.
look, it's not happening. That's all you can see for yourself.
I care about.
Look at all this. All right, stay strong and vote Trump, okay? 2020. That's the solution. The best friend of Jews and Israel ever.
But even, I'm not saying I have to say it here. But
I agree.
why just leave it?
Because that's the way it is. People on the right are the way, I don't know if you're on the right, but I am. That's the way we are. And people on the left, it's all about hate. It's always been like that. From 1917, they're hateful people. That's all that can. Despicable, hateful people. Sorry. That is.
Right. White Plains just walked through. Who's from White Plains?
Right here.
That's what I thought. It was so awful. It was so awful.
So you think it was a bad idea knocking out the Soleimani?
To draw the attention away from his impeachment, of course. Do you know where he was taking out ISIS at the time? You know that, right?
Yeah, I do.
So he took out the biggest defense we had against getting rid of ISIS. But it's all it was done for, to draw attention away from being impeached.
I see. Well, what do you think? Was it a good idea taking out Osama bin Laden?
Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
I think that was a good thing. Yeah.
It was a good thing.
Yeah.
But you know that during the Afghan war, he was our friend, just like Soleimani was, based on the principle, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
But the thing, I understand that, but this has got nothing to do with politics. This has got to do with Trump's. You've heard of you heard of the term "wag the dog"?
Yeah.
Okay, this is all it is. I mean, if somebody took out the Secretary of Defense in America, America's going to retaliate.
At JFK Airport, right?
Right. I know.
Yeah.
At JFK International Airport.
I know. It would be horrible if only.
Is a target. He just upped the ante for New York City.
Right.
New York City has always been a target. He just upped the ante. Listen,
You think so?
No.
Would you consider taking your sign down?
I appreciate you asking me, but no, I feel it's right.
But do you see that you're bringing hate and negativity? This is about unification and...
He's bringing love. I love your sign. Thank you.
Even if we believe it, it's just this is about...
Well, this is the left. They cannot help it.
The connection is too strong. The connection is too strong.
Yes.
This.
Too strong for me to ignore what he does.
You remember Charlottesville,
I appreciate
right?
you asking me. I appreciate you asking me.
You remember Charlottesville. You remember Charlottesville, right?
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah.
Jews will not replace us. And when Trump went on TV, you remember what he said?
Well.
There are good people on both sides.
Yeah, there are good people on both sides. There are good people everywhere.
But they were talking about
There were even good Nazis, believe it or not.
They were talking about people walking through Charlottesville carrying tikis, saying Jews will not replace us. And he called them good people. Do you think they were good people?
So.
You have to think about it. So I understand where you're standing right now. So we don't have to finish this story.
He supported the white supremacists in Charlottesville. I guess you forgot what happened in Pittsburgh.
He also supported the Jews, so he's the best friend of the Jews.
Good on both sides. He said good on both sides.
You know that there were even good Nazis. You know that?
wish we had basic gas.
But he
They were
believes
even a
that-
good Nazis, believe it or
That's
not.
not the point. The point is this
you want
sign
to
isn't for
understand
here.
something that Charlottesville.
Yeah, what about
had
Charlottesville?
White supremacists, and he said that there is good on
Well,
both sides.
well,
that's
of
it?
course
So
this,
that's the
of course,
comment?
this is not exactly what he said, but that's besides the
That's
point.
a very important
That's
comment.
your one.
Very important.
That's a big comment.
One comment.
Yeah.
You ever make a wrong
One
comment in
too
your
many.
life? You ever make
One
a
too
wrong
many.
comment?
He doubled down on it. He doubled down on it.
And there are good people on both sides. You know,
These are hateful people, completely hateful people. We can't reason with them, we can't argue with them. And he's the best friend of the Jews. And look what the Jews are doing to the best friend of the Jews. It's just these people have no shame, have no reason, have no logic. Oh, he said there were good people on both sides of
I
Charlottesville.
have a son that had to register when they turn 18. They have to.
I didn't say a word.
Okay, all right. I didn't say a word. That's
Politics.
I've always thought, right? I always thought like.
When Israel bombed Iran in 1981 and they got
He was an
castrated.
infant, 6 months old. He was an infant, a harmless, perfect infant. How could I have hatred towards him? At a certain point,
He would retaliate.
coming as a child,
Maybe it was preemptive.
and why wait until you're at the point of an extreme dictator who literally, intentionally
MIT analyzed his
incites
speech,
violence.
but he's
I
not
think we
in
have
the
a level of that going on.
He's got
And
a
the day
seventh
he
grade
announced in Trump Tower, I think
Does that
scared
bother you?
me.
It
And
doesn't,
I'm
because
really
he has
scared. I'm
people
not-
advising him that this country's never been better.
So the next person in the White House should have a fifth grade vocabulary. That one.
I don't know, the economy seems to be booming.
Yeah,
better
no,
than
you're right. Rich people are booming. Rich
Even the
people.
So
poor people.
I gotta tell you,
Unemployment numbers are down.
Yes, you know why? People are working 2 and 3 jobs. That's why the employment figures are great.
They're counted if they're working one
The
job.
1% of
money
making
in
the stock, Wall Street is doing fantastic.
then the
Rich
first
people
day
are doing
he announced he was running for president. You ever
My
seen
wife is
that
a
footage?
CPA. Let me tell you,
Trump
when he
Tower comes down the
imposed that
escalator,
1%
and
tax
when he
rate,
starts talking
we got
about
$1,500
and he's like,
less.
Mexicans
Okay,
are rapists
now
and
I can
the moment he started talking
you
about
can go
other,
on and say,
the moment he started talking about other,
repeat what he says.
other,
Well, I rather
as a
listen
Jewish
to
person,
facts.
my
All right,
radar
Wall Street
goes
is
up.
doing fantastic.
Talking about the
the
other,
rich
talking
are
about the other.
unbelievable. They're
And
making
the
money
days and
hand.
weeks after
What
that,
stocks
he's
just went up this week?
Well, Apple was up
So you
this
want
year,
rich people to be
85%.
poor? Is that your point?
No,
It's America.
So-
It's capitalism.
So you're not happy that people are getting rich? I'm kind of confused.
And military stock just went through the roof.
So you want?
Because of the illegally taking out. So he's helping his rich friends out right
All
now.
these all the countries, Israel does it all the time.
So what's?
Live.
So let's say
They assassinate people all the time.
So let's why not? Why
so divisive and it's so unfair.
why start there?
The president is so
Why stop there? Let's take out North Korea. He's a bad man. Why not stop? Why stop at that? Let's take out North Korea. He's a bad person. He's got blood all over his hands.
Yeah.
Okay. So you understand, where do you stop?
And flames.
It's a good point.
Like I said, but the point is he only
That was
did
Then
this.
the next day there was the whole big thing.
He only did
And
this
then-
because he wants to get his voice away from the impeachment.
No, that's nonsense. The impeachment is nothing.
Both sides, he wouldn't
The
announce
man killed
Okay, let's-
670
let's wait till-
2,000
let's-
people injured. So why isn't that reason enough?
Let's wait till he's removed and then we'll talk.
No, it's not going to be removed.
You're the same person. You're the same person that probably said he wasn't going to be impeached.
I watch anything you recommend.
He is until it's presented. Do you know what? And those two articles are rubbish. They are rubbish.
All right, let's wait till he's removed. Then we can talk.
No, we don't want to talk when your position is because your position is irrational.
Like 75% of our fellow Jewish Americans.
I know you.
Of
How
course,
are
I
you?
know you too. Great. How have you been?
I've been fine.
Good.
This so bothers me a lot. Here we are trying to show unity, and this rubbish
Well,
comes up.
listen, they can't help themselves. Leftism is a mental disorder.
Disorder, yes.
So how can you rationalize with the people who are incapable of a rational
it's true.
thought?
It's true. It's
See?
true. Their brain doesn't work the same as
No,
normal
it doesn't. It doesn't.
There has been
They think that
to think that he is impeached. He's not impeached.
Well,
that was a silly
he
thing.
was
that went
impeached
on.
before he even became the president.
Right.
You know?
3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago, exactly.
Yes.
So it doesn't really matter. Facts don't matter to them people.
Right.
Reason doesn't matter. So it's a moot point.
Yes.
Arguing with them, it's like arguing with the wall, really.
Right.
And it's too sad that they're Jewish.
You know, he said, let's talk when he's impeached, when he's out of the White House.
I wouldn't even talk to a guy like that.
But I'm trying to ask him to remove the sign, because the sign is divisive. The sign is more divisive than any sign here. It's getting better.
What do you expect? It's not going to happen. They belong in the asylum.
And he's
Hey,
going to
what
keep
president just made Jerusalem the capital?
right. And
What president just made Jerusalem the capital?
and has a town.
Hey, you know what?
That doesn't
I've
mean-
been fighting against SJAP on college campuses for the past 20 years, and there's only one president who came through, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is against the Torah. Donald Trump is against the Torah. Why don't you learn from
You know that
Torah?
you can support
Learn
Israel
from
and have a
Torah,
problem with
lady.
the cancer we have in the White House. We're the
Learn
cancer.
from Torah.
He
Why
should-
don't you
I've been
learn from
fighting
Torah?
I've
Why
been
don't you learn
fighting
from Torah? You believe in
He's trying to take this country back 50 years.
SJP for 20
Both
years.
are possible.
I've been fighting SJP for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. Sorry, what's your One of your so aggressive. Good luck, good luck. It's good, it's okay. My brother disagrees with me. It's okay. That's what makes this world, this place, you know, it's okay.
Come on, let's go this way.
So you're actually friends?
Yes, this is my girlfriend.
Oh my
Not with
goodness.
him. I don't know him. But
So
she's
what's-
good. She's good.
So what happened with you being on different sides of a barricade, so to speak?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean that you're on the right, she's on the left.
Well, no, but we agree on many
No?
things.
Yes, we agree on many things.
Oh, good.
Beneath it all, we're both Jewish.
Right, and we share many values.
Yes.
Many values.
Yes.
And I supported
That's
her
good.
yesterday when she made a great poem about being, Jewish and being attacked. And other people there said, "Oh, it's not such a big deal." And we were offended because
You got my back. You
Yes,
got my back.
I did.
Yeah,
Exactly
yeah.
right.
But she's for Trump. It's okay, right?
I love her.
Okay,
If
good.
God forbid, if the camps opened up again, we'd both be in it.
That's right. That's correct.
And that's the bottom line.
As long as we're together, right?
Sort of.
Some go left, some go right.
Beneath all of it, we are Jews. That really is the icker. That's the icker.
Yeah,
Hey, you heard of James Mason?
I would love to
You heard
believe
of James
it.
Mason? He's
Yeah.
the leader of the American neo-Nazi party. You know who he supports?
Yeah.
Same guy you support.
So,
Nazi.
That
Are you
was so
are you
funny.
for Nazis or against Nazis? And we know what Nazis
to a
represent.
poetry
Just curious.
workshop, right?
You see,
Just-
it's not a trick question. You're either for Nazis or against Nazis. Richard Spencer too.
I mean,
White supremacist.
do you have another question for a Jew? I mean, whose grandfather survived Auschwitz?
I'm asking. Well, then you want. So if you've read, I'm sorry to hear that,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't be supporting
what's-
this racist in the White House.
I'll-
Richard Spencer.
Well,
You know
the fact
Richard
is,
Spencer?
he's the best friend of Israel. It's just where are you getting your facts from? That's a completely different story.
These little things.
And if Nazis support Trump, hypothetically, so does it mean automatically that I'm not?
Ideology as they
No, it means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing.
Well, we live in the land of nothing, and that's why we have a racist, bigot, xenophobe, homophobe,
Oh, he's
misogynist in the White
he's
House.
the best president we've ever had in a long time. The best. I love Trump. I absolutely love.
The racists
He's
and the
loved.
bigots love him.
How about this? How about if I tell you, and I'm sure you know that there are towns named after, villages named after Trump in Israel, that streets named after Israel, a bus station, I'm sorry, named after Trump. So are Israelis, and 90% or so Israelis, they love Trump. So is
Do you want
there...
me to go into the towns in Germany named after Hitler? And does that make it right?
Today, give me one town that is named after Hitler. I'm a little bit confused.
As the jackass whisperer, like you're telling me these things, I'm not going to go look at it. I'm going to take you at your word. You take me at my word. That's all.
There are towns in Germany today named after Hitler.
They've still got these statues up there. I believe the statue
Hitler.
should be in a museum.
Statue to Hitler in Germany? Have you been to Germany?
Yeah, Teddy's German.
Have you been to Germany? Did you travel around Germany?
But I do read history books.
Well, I traveled all over Germany. I've been all over Poland, and I visited the place where Hitler was actually born. I saw the grave in Austria where
But did
his
you
parents...
See them? Did you see them?
So what I do know is, and that's very important, is that there was a complete denazification that happened in Germany.
In the majority of Germany. But there are still factions in areas. Like here, there are still people who support, the neo-Nazis, people here in America that support the KKK.
So which one do you think...
Go down south.
So which one do you think is worse, socialism or Nazism, in your mind?
Oh, it's got nothing. I don't think this has got anything because socialism, Nazism. I'm against idiots, and the main idiot, and like I said, he's a bigot, a racist, xenophobe, a homophobe, and all the.
And what is it based on? I mean, do you know
Like I
him
said,
personally?
I'm not the jackass whisperer. I just think people should just go out there and do their own homework.
No, but you're throwing out all these labels. But what are they actually based on? Let's say, okay, look, you have your facts, okay? My facts are completely 100% contrary to your facts.
Okay.
Then why should I take your facts, and why do you think that your facts have more validity than my facts?
Same
I'm
thing
confused.
Here. I repeat what you just said. Yeah. I just see when people doing the Nazi salutes, like Richard Spencer, right after he was elected, that tells a lot, right? You know who Richard Spencer is, right?
Okay,
James Mason.
So did Trump ever espouse any form of fascism or practice any of that?
Silencing.
Okay, look.
I'm answering your question.
Sure.
Trying to silencing the news organization. He wanted to.
Did he?
I said he tried to.
Well, but he
I said
can't.
he didn't. I didn't say he can't.
Okay.
He didn't do it.
Okay.
So listen, we're going to have to end this here because we're going to have to agree to disagree. Isn't that a good thing? I love that saying.
God bless America. I know that.
God bless you.
And America is great because of people like Trump. That's exactly right. If we had people like you running this state,
Oh, no, I don't have the
I'm not so
capacity.
sure
I
of being in a...
I'd vote for you. I'd campaign for you.
Oh, thank you.
I'd give you $18 here, $18 there. I would support you 100%.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I just don't believe somebody with a 7th grade vocabulary should be in the White House. You have heard of the college, MIT, right? You just Google MIT.
Did you think
they
Paul...
analyze his speech.
Targeted. Yeah, she was.
do you believe Paul Krugman is a smart man?
Who?
Paul Krugman, for instance.
Did you say the wrestler Hulk Hogan? You saying who?
Paul Krugman. So you're throwing out the names that kind of nobody knows. But Paul Krugman, the Nobel Peace, the Nobel Economy winner, you don't know that name.
I just want to stay within who we're talking about.
Who? But
I'm pulling up names you don't know. You're pulling up names I don't know.
Well, actually, the whole world knows Paul Krugman, but
the whole America knows who James Mason and Richard Spencer and you know David Dukes. You know who David Dukes is, right?
Yes. So
okay,
yeah.
He was the leader at one time, the leader of the KKK. And who do you throw his support behind?
So it doesn't matter who supports. You know that the Jews were supporting Hitler at some point.
Of course, it's
well,
like you get some.
Before he became chancellor. So does it mean that the Jews were
the blacks during the Civil War? They call them multiple times. They only look out for themselves. They don't look out for everybody else.
Okay, how about this? Was Trump the best president, the best friend of Israel ever? I mean, you're Jewish, I'm Jewish. Let's look at it from this perspective. Is he the best friend of Israel?
No.
Than any other president?
The Zionists, yes. He's the best friend of the Zionists, yes. The Judaism, no.
So...
He's the best Zionist ever had.
Zionist. Then what's Zionism then? Are you against Zionism?
If they're going to have their own country, just be Israel there.
Right.
Let me just tell you, like I said, let's end it here because I got a lot going on here. I'm looking for people. But like I said, we can agree to disagree. You in Manhattan or where you from?
I live in Staten Island.
That's where I live.
Oh, good, so maybe we're neighbors.
Well, I hope you didn't hit me and run away. Christmas Eve, I was running in the street.
And what happened?
I hit and run.
Uh-oh.
I live near Great Hills Park off of Highland Boulevard. So we're neighbors.
We're neighbors, that's right.
I don't know where I live in Oakwood.
I live in Tottenville.
Okay. Oh, you're the other end.
Yeah,
I
guess so.
running, and you know, I wanted to say somebody devoid of conscience, devoid of morals, devoid of any human need, and hit me, and I think it must have been a Trump supporter.
Must be, because it's Staten Island. Most of us are Trump supporters there. That's right.
I know that. I live all around.
So we're wearing anti-Trump kind of paraphernalia, or outfit or something like that.
Sorry?
Are you a biker? Were you riding a bike with anti-Trump message? Are you jogging? I see. Well, at least you can use this as an opportunity to protest Trump and the war against Iran. But listen, going back to Soleimani, by the way, I mean, do you seriously, between you and me, do you seriously think that Soleimani was a good guy?
He had a lot of blood on his hands.
So,
Kim Jong-un has a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Like Trump has blood on his. You heard about the children, right, that died in the detention center.
So you'll put on the same kind of level Kim Jong-un, Soleimani, and Trump. I mean, seriously?
When people die because of what you do, you're a murderer.
Well, it also depends what.
So we got to talk about the amount of people. So if somebody's involved.
Well, what really matters is the purpose as well. You know.
Yeah, his purpose was to get these minorities out of here, and he didn't care if they were children, adults. Well, like I said,
So you lost the guy with the sign?
I lost the guy with the sign. Well, like I said, I'll see you in Staten Island.
All right.
That's okay, that's good.
Imitated quick.
like to fill in?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes, filling. Yes, please.
Thank you, Rabbi Potasnik. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I am honored to be here. I wouldn't be anywhere else. Pope St. John Paul II, who was such a friend of the Jewish community, referred to the Jews as our elder brothers and sisters in the faith, meaning we are one family, and when there's an attack on you, there's an attack on all of us.
All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more, there'll be no more war, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, oh, one day, one day, one day. New York City, Brooklyn. Yes. We got one more for you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out today.
Linguistic differences, geographic differences. And there is no cure for it, except when good people stand up and say, no more, no more. We're not going to tolerate it anymore. Not from anyone. No more excuses, no more exceptions.